Yes, don't worry. The live button has been pressed. If there was one day that I wouldn't get a headache, it's today. And today I've got it. Wonderful. So that's why I'm wearing these stupid shades, just so that I can get this light to bounce off it, man. It's just hurting me so badly. So I'm going to try and keep this live short and sweet because we have a very important live later on tonight. It's going to be a good 2.5 hours because we'll be going live at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard New York. We'll be going live 1 hour before the actual FOMC results themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very busy day in terms of price action. We've seen a little bit of flavor in the charts, guys. Now, we're going to be waiting to see if Bitcoin has what it takes to actually sustain itself. We're going to get straight into it, guys, because I need this live to be short and sweet. Don't want to keep you guys for too long. But let's have a conversation. I apologize for being late and what have you, but this is where we are. I need to get myself ready for tonight. So, let's get with the flavor, guys. All right, then. Cool. Look at me, man, pulling off some Easy-E outfit look. What a guy. Anyways, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? I hope I can't turn off the lights, man. If I turn off the lights, then it's just going to look terrible, okay? So, what's the word on the street? Well, look, guys, there are a few things that are hitting the marketplace, especially given that the volatility index itself is posing as a very interesting thing. And everyone says that when the volatility index is down, it means assets are up. But the volatility index is coming into a very important area right now towards unprecedented lows. The bull market is solidified, and that's the word on the street. Buy rumor, sell the news kind of story. But if everyone's bullish and they start talking about it, this is usually the time when everyone is becoming greedy, and it's the perfect time to initiate a snap reversal. Now, listen, in eye of Bitcoin itself, let's just go over to the daily time frame to all my daily traders, to my holders, and understand something. Bitcoin, unfortunately, was not able to get above the 13 EMA in last night's price action. What does it mean? Well, now it looks like we're trading below it. And the narrative looks like there could be a possibility that Bitcoin could be dropping from here. Of course, from the news that's just recently come out, we just go over to the calendar, you can see that the reading came in on the core PPI coming in at 0.0. All right, so they expected it to be higher, but it actually came in lower. So that means what? What does this reading tell you? It tells you in the change of price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. So if it's coming down, or the change in price is negative, or it's coming lower, that only means that inflation, in principle, will look to come lower. All right? But reading came in at 3.1%. We're going to know later on tonight if Powell is going to stick to his 2% mandate and be like, look, guys, we at the Federal Reserve are sticking to our mandate of 2% inflation. Congratulations right there. We've already got a problem right now, given that the bonds market itself, T-notes are climbing up, ladies and gentlemen. Investors are seeking to eliminate risk ever so slightly. But what we've got to be very careful of is the T-notes themselves. They have been experiencing some unbelievable volatility. The bonds market itself, unbelievable volatility, whips up and down, and you can't have that in the bonds market. There has to be, look at this behavior here. It's just all over the place. The bonds market needs to be slow and progressive, okay? We need to understand that as long as the bonds market keep on climbing up, then it implies that investors see the bigger picture of the marketplace looking kind of promising, all right? But we're going into a meeting right now where the Fed's effectively going to say, look, do we keep our interest rates as they are, higher for longer, or do we actually increase them again? Now, this is what this tone is going to be like when we go into the actual FOMC meeting itself, okay? So take that into consideration. What does this guy mean? Again, bearish. Bro, look, listen, if you can guarantee to me Bitcoin goes sideways, that way I can guarantee to you I will never be bearish, I will never be bullish. That way, Bitcoin sideways price action is there. If you want the optimism continuously, go and sit with the fairies, my friend, because they're going to tell you the BS stories. Bitcoin up, and then whilst it's going down, everyone was Bitcoin up when it was 69. Now we're at 40, but we just come from 15. That's a bit of a problem. So you can maintain your stance as bullish as much as you want, But ultimately, we have to wake up and smell the coffee, my friend. Sometimes we have to look at things to the downside so that we can prepare ourselves for the upside. We're just blindsided by up, up, up. We're going to get smacked across the face. Now, let's look at this. I'll give you an example of bearish and bullish behavior. Here we go. Check this out. Bitcoin is moving up on the 1 minute time frame. We are somewhat bullish right now. It's looking kind of promising. 41,369. It's gone up. Bullish. We're bullish. 41,372. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bullish. Here we go. Bitcoin is moving up to 41,378. We've got the movement to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. We are bullish right now on Bitcoin. Oh, we've gone down to 379, 380. Oh, we're trying to work out whether we're going bullish or bearish. Doesn't really fucking matter, does it, bro? No, it doesn't. We just want to look for the movement. That's my point. Okay? You shouldn't get angry at whether someone has an opinion. Fuck it. It doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, we want to try and make some money in this game, whether it's up or down. Bitcoin's value is irrelevant to the person that wants to just buy as much of it as he can. That's the truth. Okay? He has no relevance to price. Can I buy some now? Yep, of course you can. Can you buy some later? Yep, of course I can. What price is it? Well, it's going down. All right, cool. I'll buy some more. Bullish, bearish, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, in my opinion. Okay, then. Ran over. Bitcoin rejects the daily open, right? That's pretty interesting. Don't expect much from Bitcoin going into the New York Open itself. I don't think they're going to be moving assets much. We just saw a little bit of flavor going into Bitcoin, into the NASDAQ and the S&P. NASDAQ has gapped up with a phenomenal gap right here. That is very concerning, given that we are seeing so much climatic behavior. Powell only has to say one thing, okay, and to knock the markets over. Now, check this out. Oh, goodness, XRP price dropped to 55 cents. Don't want to talk about that because that is bearish. Don't be silly, ladies and gentlemen. You can't talk about things going down. Only focus on things going up. That's all that matters. XRP is down 1.71%. Ethereum is up down 0.75%. Luna's down 2.5%. Solana is down 2.74%. Let's only talk about coins that are moving up. Okay. HBAR. There we are. Bullish behavior. That's all we want. Happy days. We only want bullish behavior. So Bitcoin out the bin. Solana in the bin. BNB in the bin. USDT is up. Okay, so that's bullish. Is that good? No, you want to know why XRP is going to be going down to 55 cents. Likely admits Senator Elizabeth Warren's final push in the US crypto legislation. So why are they rolling over to XRP? Well, look, guys, let's be honest. Now XRP down to 55 cents, that's not really a problem. Would that be a recovery of the vector candle region? Of course it is. Would it be the recovery of the move to the upside? Of course it is. What would it be consistent with? It would be consistent with a sweep down lower to consolidate, to base out, preparing for a move back up again. That's the basis of it all. We accept the bulls, we accept the bears, we just don't want no BS. That's all that matters. What else have we got? AVAX is up, STX is up, XRP going to drop out of the top 10. Ooh, that's a bit of a big claim as well. You know? Hold on a second. Honest. Here, as a single father and holder with no money on the sidelines to add with holidays ahead, and all would you sell most of your Bitcoin would you sell most of your Bitcoin to pick up at lower prices? Should we expect a big drop? Look, today's the only day, right, that Bitcoin has to prove its worth, that it's going to sustain the whirlwind of information that's coming out regarding the FOMC, all right? It just stinks. NASDAQ is approaching all-time highs. S&P is approaching all-time highs. Powell hasn't even said anything just yet. You've got Euro making a nice little flavoursome move to the upside, but it's still consolidating at the lows. Logic says that we expect Euro to move up from this range. Why? Because of the way the price action has been folding out. But Powell can only say one thing, which is going to lead the markets to do the reaction. The reaction could be stop, run lower, come back up, or it could be the complete opposite. It could end up being a stop, run up, and come back down again. Ultimately, what you've got to say to yourself, guys, is whatever happens, wait until the news comes out. We've got so much to go through when it comes to the press conference. The funds rate, they're going to react. Projections, they're going to react. Statement, they're going to react. The press conference, we're going to wait and see what Powell says regarding all the questions that they ask in relation to what the Fed is planning on doing. Are they going to cut the interest rates? Is the light of a Fed pivot on the cards with inflation sticking at 3.1%? Are they still going to increase interest rates? Yes or no? How are they going to sustain the turbulence that's going off in the bonds markets, the yields itself? One day they're up, next day they're down. The Powell has got a lot to really contend with. And if we're just going to hope that Bitcoin's just going to buck the trend and just think, you know what, forget it, let's just keep on buying. Well, look, like I said yesterday, we've got too many headwinds heading into Bitcoin. The Fed pivot, okay? Then you've also got the idea of a Santa rally coming up into play. Now, has the Santa rally already happened? Has it been the Easter Bunny and they started to move up since April? Is non-stop moving up, okay? Bitcoin has banked more than 165% gains year to date. So if there's going to be any money-making opportunities, it's happening right now on the backs of retail traders holding on to dear life. Going into the high block. Ow, that is rough. Let me just go over here. Here we go. Look at the high block with the liquidity that we see. Look, there's liquidity down below, but let's just consider the actual heat map itself. The heat map will put things into perspective. Let me just clear this image up right here. What have we got going off here? Where's my liquidity on this? Bid ask cluster. I've not got set up. Forget it. Doesn't matter. Oh, here we go. We've got this area right here. Let me just get rid of this. Go away, man. There we are. All right, then. So look at this. Right here. Okay. Well, top side right here, we've got a little bit of movement. There's $3.67 million of trades that have been opened, an ask order. So remember, these are sells. People are like buying into this. Okay. And that's 3.67, and it's 94% of the way to be cleared, okay? We've got another area up here, 1.25, traded value, initial amount, fulfilled, happy days. Now, you've got this one up here, 2.17 million, which is only 72% achieved. Initial amount was 3.01 million, okay? Now, remember, when the ask is being lifted, aggressive buyers are going into it, okay? That's what you've got to remember. They sell as prices go up. Now, going into the Bookmap, you know what the flavor is. Remember yesterday? It's spoofs. It's a spoof, Tino. It's a spoof. I ain't seeing no spoofs right now. I'm seeing resting orders coming into play, okay? 100 billion % spoofs. They're still sat in the chart, okay? Now, if these are going to be spoofs, they would not be allowing them to sit there for so long because spoofing in principle is something illegal. They need to verify that they intentionally placed an order to actually take it off just because they didn't think they were going to get filled. These orders right here are stacking up. 970 Bitcoin at 40,000. 559 Bitcoin orders below at 39,900. 39,800 got 753 Bitcoin orders. Below that at 39,750, you got 1,117 Bitcoin orders. It would be fitting for the longs to load up right here. Get the sweep, pow, say the word, drop, retrace, continuation, back up. No one's up here selling because they need to buy it up first. That's what's going on in the charts. That's what we've got to take into consideration. But you don't want to know that because it's bearish. Anyways, moving on. So what have we got? Do you need to understand that? No, you don't want to look at anything bearish. It's rude. Can't do that. Oil, let's just go into... Let's go into the altcoins a second and let's have a look at what we've got going off here. I'm in a very snappy mood, ladies and gentlemen. Forgive me. This headache is frying my brain. Wild has been taking over. Look at this. WLD. What is this altcoin? Here we go. Okay, that explains that then. So it's a bullish move to the upside, but now it's bearish. It's moving down. We can't talk about it anymore because it's moving down. Never mind. It would look like a good coin. Could be anything, either a coin offering, something that's triggered this move to the upside. Look at how quick it's going to come back down, man. It's going to make the move. Come back into the daily open will be a logical thing right now because a lot of people have just gone in and bought this. 60 million on spot, 66 million on futures. Again, until futures markets, or should I say until the spot market actually surpasses Bitcoin, so surpasses the futures market, there's no chance that spot is really going to be a true representation of people holding on or trying to buy Bitcoin. That's my opinion anyway. Okay, now moving on from that, looking at the volume across here, it's a little bit mixed. It's very, very light across the board. Bitcoin, 205 million, 180 million here on Bitcoin on the 5-minute time frame. Top side futures got 38, 36, 33, 16, 37, 13, 20. That is absolutely terrible. How can an altcoin have more volume than the biggest cryptocurrency in the space? So that is just volume right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not sustainable. But it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going to drop. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going to rise. It means that there's nothing happening in crypto right now because we're waiting for Powell to drop the F-bombs for us later on today. Let's close the CME gap. Tino, are you related to Ray Charles? I'm not related to Ray Charles, but if you're comparing me to Ray Charles or I look like Ray Charles, I will take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Mad love and respect for that. Perma bulls are annoying AF. Oh my days. Why do bears get annoyed at bulls and bulls get annoyed at bears? Okay. Tina, could you tell us your opinion on funded accounts and maybe suggest a place to get funded account from? Funded accounts are all about what is your personality as a trader, okay? I predominantly use Apex because it gives me the option to trade depth of market. Now, there are other brokers. The main brokers that trade the futures, that offer the futures in terms of funded accounts, you're looking at Top Step Trader, One Up Trader, Apex. You've also got a few other guys that do offer it. Those are the main ones, and FTM, I think FTMO offers futures as well. I don't remember if FTMO does it, but you really want to aim with the futures ones. Why? Because with the Forex ones, there are good Forex guys. The guys that provide the Forex funded accounts, they're okay, but they're mainly ideally for the swing traders because you've got the problem of spreads that can really screw you over. Whereas in futures markets, it's just simple. It's just placing orders, pay a commission, place an order, pay a commission. So just take that into consideration. Make sure you're doing the due diligence. Make sure you see the funded program that is actively on Twitter, on YouTube. Make sure they're active in the space, and just be mindful when it comes to the withdrawal process as well. All right, you will always get someone that says this company's terrible for withdrawals and what have you. Don't use them. But if you go on Google right now and type in iPhone, the latest iPhone, and type in complaints or type in problems, you will hear and see millions of problems. Yet Apple is still the top one. Okay, so you can't keep everyone happy, and that's the truth. Okay, so just take that into consideration. I bet if they called themselves markup phase, markdown phase, it wouldn't happen as much. Listen, I would love to actually talk about it in that sense. I don't like using the word bullish, and I don't like using the word bearish. And I've found that the more I use bullish and bearish, I get scrutinized. If I say markup and markdown phase, previously I'd be scrutinized, but now I'll be getting asked a question. What do you mean by markup phase, Tino? Oh, markup phase in principle means that the market maker has achieved his markdown phase by loading up his longs on the move to the downside, and now he's currently executing the markup phase where he wants to realize a return on his investment. That makes sense. But if I say Bitcoin is bullish and I want to see price go to 50K, oh man, fuck this guy. He's too bullish, man. Forget him. See what I mean? Doesn't make sense. All right, and gold is holding. What have we got? I'm on my blood rush. What offline wallet would you buy? The easiest one is Ledger. That's it. Where is it? I've got 3. Oh, no. I've got the Ledger one, Nano X, okay? That's the one I've got. I've got 3 of them, and I've purposely put them, I don't even know where they are. I really don't, because I know where my keys are, and I've got access to it on my phone, but I know they're somewhere. And the reason I've done that is because I'll be prone to getting rid of it or, selling, taking a bit of profit. But I want to leave it there. That's the whole point of it. Don't show any interest in it. Leave it as is. Let's ride a couple of bull runs and see where we are. Okay? Here we go. I honestly believe that Tino was an ex-market maker. Oh, well. Never mind. Tino, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin halving in April next year? Okay. Bitcoin halving. Okay, by principle of Bitcoin halving, we know that the supply is going to get half. The halving itself means the miners get paid less. My brain is not there right now, okay? But we expect volatility. We expect to move down. We then expect to move up. Why? Because there'll be people that will be taking advantage of the halving itself, taking a bit of profit. Then, of course, then everyone's going to jump on the bandwagon and happy days Bitcoin's move to the upside will come into play, all right? But like I said, when Wall Street steps into Bitcoin, Bitcoin won't be allowed by cryptocurrency to move. That's the truth. You might not like hearing that, but that is the truth. Wall Street will dictate if Bitcoin goes up and down. When Wall Street steps in, I don't think we're going to see the crazy ass volatility that we see anymore, because as a $600 billion coin in terms of a market cap itself, then we're going to say to ourselves, hold on a second, man. If Wall Street's going to come in, they can't really allow their portfolios to experience such volatility from one asset, given that it is priced at what it is right now, okay? So you got to take that into consideration. That's why people believe that Bitcoin will get so expensive that only the top players are going to be able to endorse it and trade it and get used to using it. The little man over here is going to be thinking, I'd like to buy 0.0000001 Bitcoin. And he'll sell his house to just get that. You know, it's one of them ones. That's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. Once the legislation comes into play, especially with this thing about XRP's price dropping and what have you because of Warren and her idea of US crypto legislation, it's nothing that's going to scare anyone. XRP will go down to 55 cents and then come straight back up. So there's no problem with it. It's a volatile industry. It's a volatile marketplace. You have to accept the ups and you have to accept the downs. That's the truth. Here we go. Yeah, Wall Street is now about to bring the flavor, ladies and gentlemen. And you've got to remember as well, XRP, anyone that talks about XRP going to £589 or even $1,000 is full of shit. Why? Because we're talking about the seed coins that the banks have, not the coins that retail have. Ain't happening. Don't get twisted. XRP could go to a significant move. For retail, maybe $3, $5, $6, $7, maybe. That'll be good. But the seed coin, that's what the banks have. That's not what we have, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go and get yourself a coin that is being accessible and with the prone of being manipulated by people in the space. And the banks are going to be dealing with it. Nah, bruv. Ain't happening. Nah. I am not hungover. It's the brightness of these lights. I've got a very bad headache. I don't drink, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing for sure. Not because of religious purposes. It's because of my blood type. My blood type is I have thalassemia trace. That tells you that I have effectively thin blood. So if I smell someone smoking the Indonesia, I'm fucked. If I can see a drink, the thought of it gets me tipsy anyway. So if I were to do a meetup with you all, not even if $1 shot will wipe me on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. That is the truth right there. I'm being straight with you. So, yeah, I've got to put these back on. Sorry about that. So, yes, do I smoke? No. I will vape. And I might have a cigarette, but I will not touch the Indonesia. I will not touch it. I've had my days of that. That was when we're talking. I'm 38 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing all right. I might not have shaved. I mean, if I shaved my whole face, I look like a virgin. But I'll be straight with you, man. Like 38, my paper round was digital, so I didn't have to worry about throwing anything. And touch wood, thank God, and what have you. But yeah, 38 years of age. Okay, that's my age right now. I don't need to smoke. Don't get me wrong. You know, if it's available and someone's there, I'll be like, I'm all good, bro. No thanks, but it's all good. You know, happy days. But nah, not for me, man. My head's too geared into the charts. I need to be on the A game. Cheap date. And I drink kefir as well. Okay, then. Cool. Now, what else have we got? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, remember, yeah, listen, tonight is the FOMC. All right, I'll be going live at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. Then Pa will be going live straight after. So make sure you subscribe to get notified about the live stream. It is one of the bigger lives, and we're going to be breaking everything down. I will be much more better for you guys when I actually have I just dump my head in some hot water and get this sorted out. Motivational AI. Hi, I've been following you for some time and I appreciate you. Please, can you do analysis about the 5-7K area? What do you mean? On Bitcoin? Type yes if that's what you mean. Tino, try raspberry kefir. It's fire. The reason why I won't touch anything that's got sugar in it, because you eliminate the purpose of the kefir doing its business. The kefir that you buy in the shops right now is packed with sugars. That kills the bacteria that you're trying to take or trying to absorb from the kefir itself. Kefir cannot be sweet. It has to be sour. It cannot be sweet because there's no point in drinking the kefir if you've got sugar in it. It eliminates the purpose of it. Just daily dabber. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, then. So the gentleman wants to know about the 5K, 7K area. Okay. Let me ask you all a question. Is Bitcoin too big to fail? That's the question. Is Bitcoin too big to fail? That's what's on everybody's minds. Now, let's just look at it from a weekly perspective. Okay. Yes, granted, we've got this area here, which is the 16K, and word on the street says that Bitcoin will never go to 16,000. It will never go below 20,000. That's what people are saying, okay? Lou, man. I ain't no wuss, bro. That's just me, man. You know, has anybody got a whoop? The whoop, yeah? This stuff tells me where my head's at, all right? I check this in with Mike, and he's like, how's your day? I just send him a notification of my stress levels on my whoop. Don't even need to talk to the guy, and he knows exactly what my day's been like. So, yeah, the idea that Bitcoin is too big to fail. Uh-oh. Is he talking bearish? Oh, shit. Truths and facts, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. Back in the day when they didn't think Bitcoin could get above $100. And look at where we are now, okay? So don't ever think that Bitcoin can't. And even if it is too big to fail, if there's too many people involved in Bitcoin, yeah, that's fine, all right? Grayscale holds 600,000 Bitcoin, okay? Now, are we just putting things together in our minds because they hold 600,000 Bitcoins, okay, that it's not going to go down? Well, listen, if no one is buying it and these guys are holding it, okay, you got to remember, 21 million. 600,000 is nothing. So even if you have a collection of people that hold crypto and it equates to 2 million, will people holding 2 million coins be the reason why Bitcoin cannot go down? No. It's perception again. If you've got 21 million coins, for example, 19 in circulation and all of that jazz, okay? Take off 3, you've got yourself 16 million. That means 16 million that is distributed across the world. Other than the 2 million, hypothetically, of the bigger players that we know, like Grayscale, MicroStrategy, and what have you, okay? If MicroStrategy and Grayscale do not sell and everybody else is selling, you think their supply is going to hold Bitcoin's price? Fuck no, it's not. Bitcoin is all about fashion. It's a fashionable coin. Now crypto's in fashion. That's why it's going up. When it's going down, it's not going to be in fashion, and then everything's going to be sour across the board with crypto until they get it down to another point where they can load up again. Will that point be 29,000? Will that point be 22,000? Will that point be 15,500? Will that point be at 14, or will it be at the grimiest zone that this gentleman is asking me about, the 5,635 zone? Okay? Can it be big enough to succeed, and is it big enough to fail? These are the things that you're going to ask yourself regardless. Do not be blindsided that it cannot fail. That's the number one rule. Are we actually ready to adopt cryptocurrency? Just because look, only 4% of the world have got the exposure to crypto. Not many people are talking about it. But once Wall Street steps in, yeah, man, that's Wall Street itself is then going to be the gateway for Bitcoin to be open and accessible to the world. Look, I'm not alien to it all. Like, We sat through the last bull market. After that, that's not a bull market, okay? But we're sitting in different times right now. We're sitting in Fed pivots. We're sitting in high interest rates. We're sitting in all sorts of palavers that could go wrong in the marketplace. We're sitting in value over and beyond. Listen, I would welcome Bitcoin, even at minimum, a catastrophic event. But then again, it's not about whether Bitcoin's too big to fail or not. It's whether or not we get enough people into the idea that they will turn to Bitcoin if the monetary policy flops. All right? If the old way of doing business, like look at the president of Argentina, he's closing down the central banks. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He hates fiat. So if we were all to be ruled by Argentina and he was closing central banks down, Bitcoin would be on the cards. There'd be no way Bitcoin would go down. That's the truth. It's just pointless. Yes, I believe NASDAQ is going to go for all-time high. I believe the NASDAQ will go to all-time high. You know? Look, listen, Trans, 45K, there's no reason, right? There's no reason why Bitcoin cannot go and test 45. Let me tell you something, all right? By logic of TA, okay, we have got this area right here, which is posing as a point of resistance. Why? Because that was the last time we sold off when we hit our 50K. The psychological area of Bitcoin. Oh, my goodness, Bitcoin is going to... all right? There's no reason why it can't go up. There's no reason why it can't go down. We like to use the 5 and 13 EMA. And this, ladies and gentlemen, look, Bitcoin has not tested the moving average. It's been deviated. It has deviated away from the norm of price on higher time frames non-stop since the 23rd of October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 weeks non-stop going up. Okay? The logic of it going back into the moving average, like up, down, up, down. Why is this over here any different? When someone says this time it's different, fuck that. Oh my God, it's not any different. All right? The markets repeat the same thing over and over again because human nature does not change. All right? When you change human nature, you change the way the markets move. Okay? But they will not change because everyone... I have lost it, bro. You know? I have lost it. What's Whoop saying answering these questions? Bear with me a second. I will show you right now what my Whoop is saying. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You want to see some whooped out stuff? Okay, here we go. Bear with me a sec. Right, where we are. Right now, my skin temperature is elevated. Okay? Secondly, where's my stress monitor? All right, look at that. just peeked out just a few moments ago. Look on over here. It just peeked out. Yep, very nice. That's very good. I had my yearly review on my Whoop, and it said to me that you spent most of your time on the highest bound of stress. I picked this thing up last year, all right? No, this year in just before August, all right? Already it's saying to me, I've excelled at maintaining a high stress level. Anyways, moving on from that. So, what do you think will happen to the retail trading scene after the ETF is approved? Everyone will come to the charts with optimism, and there'll be no such thing as a bear. There'll be no such thing as negativity in cryptocurrency. It will be pure green across the board. Okay? What a perfect way to get people to buy. That's the truth. All right? That is the truth. Hey, Tino, is that the Samsung Galaxy Z5? It's the best phone for... Yes, it's a good phone. Tino, do I get grey from Bitcoin at the age of 38? Oh my days. Anyways, let's just do something. Let's just quickly go into some price action for a second. Bitcoin is all right. Here we go. Look, guys, I'm being straight with you. No trading opportunities for you because the market ain't doing shit. That's why I'm talking right now. There's nothing happening in the marketplace. Bear with me a sec. Look at that. Ain't doing nada. It's just sitting still, doing nothing. All right, boring price. Might come back down to the VWAP, which is 41.1, but don't take the risk, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I think Bitcoin can go to 10K and wipe out everyone. So then big money comes in and scares the S out of everyone. Okay, then, right. Big money comes in. People put in the idea that in order for big money to come in, Bitcoin's price needs to be cheaper. How do you not know that Bitcoin has already had the big money flavor come in? Yeah? How do we not know that? We're in that day and age, ladies and gentlemen, where conspiracies are thriving, all right? Everyone's showing dismissiveness to cryptocurrency, but there's always someone there to buy and there's always someone there to sell. What I'm saying to you is this little rally to the upside on Bitcoin is very fast. There's no bull run. The markets are extended to the upside. We haven't had a Fed pivot, and this move is copying exactly what the NASDAQ and the S&P are doing, okay? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to take an all-time high on the NASDAQ. Good thing is we projected the 17K for the platinum members in our market watch. You fully remember that, guys. So we're not too far away from that bad boy. But we are, I'm going to be straight with you guys. We are heading into climatic zones. All right. We're already getting an accumulation of distribution days on the NASDAQ and the S&P. 2 on NASDAQ, 1 on the S&P. Now, all we need today is we just need the NASDAQ to close down negatively as a distribution day, and that will give me headwind to understand that this could be the top for the market yet again, all right? Because we're back at that same point that we were not so long ago. When was it? Yeah, back in July. So just take that into consideration. What else? Tino, can you show us how to use the depth of market on the 1 minute time frame? Is the Binance depth of market info enough? When you say the Binance depth of market, you're talking about on EXO charts. Euro, CAD, and Dixie are moving. Yeah, Euro's moving down. Look, guys, look, they ain't gonna be doing much. Okay. They are not going to do much. There is no volatility right now. They've moved up. They've moved down. Okay? There's a vector candle that's going to probably get recovered very shortly. They'll bring it back into the range. They ain't moving nothing until Powell starts talking. Tito, how do you change trading from an addiction to a discipline? Cut the amount of time that you're trading. I only trade a certain window. And you know what? It sounds crazy saying this. Okay? But I haven't got it up now. Let me just pull one up. Hold on. Wait there. Let me just pull something up for you guys to put things into perspective. Right. Let's just bring up this. Oh, come on, man. Hurry up, please. I haven't got all day. Here we go. ES. Let's look at the ES. Let's get the minis up as well. Okay, let's put the ES minis up here. No, let's change that. Let's get one of our funded accounts up. Okay, then, cool. So that is the minis, okay? And this is the ES standard contracts, okay? And let's just pull up 84.20. Okay, cool. Let's get that done. All right, then, cool. Right, let me show you something. So I trade a specific window, all right? Right now, the S&P is currently trading. This is the minis on the left, and this is the standards on the right, okay? Now, if I open a contract on this, okay, if I open one contract on the S&P, I'm going to try and put a contract in play right here. Okay, so there's one contract right there. I'm buying to effectively see price going up. Why? Because, look, you can tell already that the S&P's range is all over. It's not full yet because the point of control is right here. But then again, I've just opened the market and it's not really giving me a full print of the actual chart itself. But the ideal is that I've just placed an order right here. And this is what I usually do when I'm scalping. I like to just probe the market, take a little test. Now, this is a standard contract. over here, I can open 100 lots, all right, on this account. I can open 100 lots, whereas on this one, maximum is 25 lots, but the exposure is huge. It's like every tick is around $2,000 nearly. All right, it's just under $1,500, all right? So it'd be pointless doing that when you're doing a funded account, as in once you've got the funded account, all right? Maybe when you're trying to pass a funded account, you take risks and what have you, but, you know, this is how I start off my trading day, all right? And because we got news, I just want to show you that. So here we go, look. That's $12.50 right there. So I'm expecting the S&P to continue up. If it was a normal day, I would ride on this momentum of price going high and probably place another position up here to try and grab the volatility of the move higher. All right. But because we've got news announcements, I'm not looking to get too heavy. And I would build in 25 contracts. Okay. So that means I'll be going all the way up here and be like, okay, place an order there, place an order here, place an order here, place an order here, and whilst price is moving up and down, I'll be closing off the position each way as it's moving up. That's one way of scalping it, okay? Alternatively, what I can do is I head over to the minis, and when I trade the minis, look at how the S&P is moving. It's moving aggressively, up and down, up and down, up and down. You've got to be quick, especially when you're building orders. For example, look at this. I can open up buy orders like this, okay? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? At the same time, I can open sell orders on this side. Happy days, right? And what I usually like to do is if I've caught the idea that the S&P is going to continue to move higher in a certain session, so it's going to move away from the point of control, I can see that the bids are coming in, trying to hold out. There's more bids right here at this point in time than there is on the offer. I'm going to assume that they're going to want to start marking price up to encourage people to get on side of the offer to effectively start doing the balance, right? So and then what I'm saying to myself that if I'm going to trade the minis, I'm going to be waiting for price to come up and hit these zones. What I usually do is I open up, I take up every single bid on here, open a position, wait for it to get filled. The second it moves up 3-4 ticks, I'm out. Scalping it up and down, up and down. If the balance has changed on the bid side over here, I don't know if you could see that. If the balance has changed on the bid and the ask, I then go on the ask and go on the offer and start going short, okay? Wait for the shorts to come into play, build shorts as price is going up, up, up because they're hitting the ask. Once that is exhausted, price in principle should be coming down. Start closing off my positions, tick for tick for tick for tick, okay? That is something that cannot be sustained over a long period of time, okay? It fries your brain because you're having to act and react, look left, look right, look up, down, left charts. It's not something that you want to continuously do, okay? And when I do trade like that, 2 hours I could be doing it for, and I'm absolutely screwed. It really does put pressure on you because there's so much information you're having to look at. You're looking at this. Like right now, I'm not fussed about this because it's going down. It's just one position, okay? But look, 531 has come up on the sell side right here, but there's someone right here buying and absorbing that up. So I would logically say to myself, oh, look, 1,000 right here. Okay, so we couldn't even go for a sweep. What's going on? It's 10-2 right now. So 1,200, someone is trying to sell at that point, but a buyer's not allowing them to go lower. The logic says that this should be moving back up, okay? These are little things that you're looking for because now look at the ask. The ask is loading up. So if I was on the minis, I'd be loading up on the short side right here, hoping that they're going to come up and hit those orders, come back down again, okay? That's what we're looking at. That's what I look for when I'm trading the depth of market, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, I'm talking to you like this about it. Imagine when I'm actively at the charts, trading this non-stop, placing orders in and out, in and out. Look, 1,643 orders right there. That's probably one of the biggest points next in this profile towards the top side of the range. But look at how it's behaving right now. That same area that they just tried to sell at 1,219 at, the bidder has not allowed it to go lower. He might let it tick lower a little bit, but he seems to be very interested in this 46, 47 zone. Okay, so we give ourselves a little bit of freedom on the ticks. Look, 1,219, no one's bidding out there, but they're holding price at this point until they don't. So there is actively a battle happening right now in the order book because they want to mark lower, but there's someone holding it right there. So that's what you're looking at, okay? And you can only do that you've got to be on your A game when you're trading the depth of market because every little move, when you're putting down size, 2-3 ticks, you miss something, it can screw you and they can just wipe the table with you.
They can literally clean you out. So you got to be very careful with it. Right now, 192 on the bid side, right on the ask side, right there. Okay, so we've got offers coming in at 534 offers, 60, 50, 85, 63, 74, 73, 70. No one is here on the bids, but it seems like someone is there on the bid holding out until the market says, you know what, screw it, let's try and take the move up. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're out now at the point of control on that range right there, 2,355. You know, so just take that into consideration when you are trading, guys. Okay. Now it's at 16.5. What's that? Is it the 12.19 that's holding the price? Well, look, it's here is 2,355 on the point of control, right? So someone's in here. Look, the bid's coming in 237, 250. They keep marking it lower, but they can't seem to break down. So this is an opportunity right now where we look at it and say, is this a point where they could reverse from? How strong is this buyer stepping in at this point? Look, again, 334. Look, they're trying to sell into this guy, but he's absorbing every contract that's coming in. He's not allowing it to go lower. That tells me there's a player here sat in the order book. He's not allowing it to go lower. So then I'm saying to myself, okay, that means S&P can only move up from this point. So I've got to wait. I've got to wait and see how long this battle's going to go on for. Okay? I might decide to take another position on there and say, okay, oops, I've just taken another position. I've got 2 contracts on this right now. 2 contracts right there. I just loaded up another position on there. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, Mr. Guy who's coming in here buying up, if you're so much pressure to hold price at this point, okay, make your proof and move price back up again. Okay, so let's see if you can actually achieve that. Let me just get rid of this here. 2 contracts. Let me just sell my 2 contracts. If we do get a sweep up there, happy days. So there's my stop loss in principle. Let's see if we can get the sweep. Because if he's coming now, and he's even got an order resting right here, 263, which could be a spoof, but it's too close to where the price is right now, we're going to assume that this is the point where S&P starts marking up, because that one player right there was not allowing price to go beyond the 46,000, 4,600, and 47.50. There was someone there. Remember, there was someone here selling 1,200 contracts, and they couldn't mark it lower. So these are little tells in the chart. And if it doesn't work out and it completely flushes through, that's what happens in trading, ladies and gentlemen, because you can only go by the behavior of the way price is behaving at one point. This is what's tricky about the depth of market. You're trying to capture that someone stepping in saying, all right, just load up there, absorb it, take whatever you can. Take whatever you can. We don't know that that person that's holding that 47.50 zone is a bank that's got millions of dollars to put into the S&P right now, all right? And there are people that are selling into it on the offer, going effectively, all right, we keep selling, but it's not going lower. Someone's absorbing our price. They're absorbing it. Well, we don't want to get caught out with this, so I might actually just close off this position and get ready to leave until we find the next point that we can sell from. This is what you're thinking in your head when you're looking at this. That's the basis of this. Look at where price is. Look at my drawdown. It's $50. We started on 1 contract, 2 contracts, 75. I'm not in a wrong position because there's someone there holding. I'm going to wait until 3 o'clock because that's when the S&P likes to pull the flavor. 3 minutes. If I realize a return as soon as possible, there we go. Looks like they overwhelmed the ask. Look. They've overwhelmed them. That ask is no longer coming in now. So he's thinking, hold on a sec. This dude down here meant business. I'm going to pull my shit out right now. So now we're waiting to see if this guy who has been holding the ask, holding the bids, if he means business to flush through and mark price higher. Because even though he's been holding price there, we don't know if he's going to continue. We don't know if it's someone that is getting rid of a balance at that price. He might not exist until it moves all the way up to 46.50. And that's where the ask comes in and says, all right, I'm going to test you again. And then it comes down. Okay? These are the things you've got to listen to. Here we go. So look, we're coming back down. Look, they tried to come back down again. 156. So they swept that 250 and it's now become 156. So 1271 on the bids down here. So we know that is a point where they can sell from. They've tried to come down to it again. No success at that. Let me just get rid of these contracts over here so that you guys can keep an eye out on BTC and what have you. Euro's coming back up. Happy days. So what have we got here? Here we go. So $25 right there. Okay, so this is the next bout where the VWAP is right there. We're expecting a flush for them to get some activity on the 1643 and 1475. Happy days. That's what we're looking for right now. There's a half and whole number principle coming into play, which is the 4650. We would expect now look, they're holding. Look at that. That is a long delay on the bid and the ask for an asset like the S&P. Someone's doing something in that area. This area is huge, okay? And we can already see that because look how many contracts are being exchanged right now. 3,123, 132 on the point of control. And you can see 756 on the bid. But the ask is actually coming up right now. It's got 700 on the sales, 769 on the buys. So there seems to be a little bit of a battle going on here. Seems to be a little bit of a battle. The ask is still there offering. We really need to see the guy come in and try and flip price up. I might have to just take a little bit of a profit if I do get the spike higher at the close of the candle on at 3 o'clock. So here we go. What time is it? It's now 14:58. So we're going to assume that we're going to expect them to start marking price up very, very shortly to sweep higher to take this area right here. On the logic that there's someone down here. Look, they're 255. Again, he's planting on the book. All right. Guys are coming in on the offer to market lower, but he's not achieving it. Let's see if they can actually achieve that. And then I'll let you guys go. This could take about 15, 20 minutes, guys. At 3 o'clock, if it doesn't happen, then I'm just going to close the trade. And that's what I do on the depth of market. You're playing these ranges right now. Look, we're at the point of control. They could sweep lower. That wouldn't be a problem for me, okay? But it's like a stop and go kind of thing. They go down and then quickly kick in on the bids again and then really shift price up, okay? And this is what you're waiting for. Look at this imbalance here. Look at that. What's that? No one is buying at that point because they're not ready to. That's what I'm seeing from this move, okay? What I need S&P to do is to effectively break out of this range, overwhelm the guys on the ask because there's someone here loading up. 266. There we go. Let's see if he can hold it. Look, 47, 47, still holding. They're pulling off the ask, minus readings right there. 64. They seem to be building up here. We need to see the offers coming in. Here we go. Come on. And they're still meeting the resistance back down again. You see that? See how they come in and trigger those orders. Remember when I said to you earlier that I build the shorts inside of the profile? Hit, hit, hit. And then price moves up, hits it, and then comes all the way back down again. That's how you scalp the depth of market. Okay? Come on, I really want you guys to see it. Here we go. It's now 3 o'clock. Bang on the nose, 3 o'clock. Let's see if we've got the volatility to come into play. I've got to be very quick with this, just in case I need to sell and go flat in a split second. Here we go. So 267 on the bid side right there. They seem to be holding out this 3,296 region right here with the point of control. Someone needs to step in and mark up. Are they going to overwhelm the ask and flush through? That's what we're looking for because the profile's being built right here. 884, 863, 847. They've had the sales right here, but not succeeded at going lower. So someone wants to hold this point, and we're waiting to see if they can actually hold that point. Let me just pull up Bitcoin for a second, see what that bad boy is doing. Bitcoin is climbing up ever so slightly. Limit sales are coming into play. They're probably going to sweep that 41,580. Okay, here we go. Still holding inside. And this is what's frustrating about the S&P at times. It can stay inside of this zone for absolutely ages. Come on, let's get that move. Even if we can come out with a couple of ticks profit, that's happy days for us. Come on, make the flush. Hold away from the point of control. Once they succeed the point of control, that says that 905 people on the ask have now come in. Then there's 786 on the bid side, on the sell side, sorry. That will tell me that the aggressive buyers are coming in. So they're going to be hitting the ask. I want to see that coming into play. Look, nothing's happening right now. We're back in that zone yet again. But there's that order right there, 252, 257. He might step in. And if he pulls out, then we just take a couple of $100 loss, and that's it. But look at how price has stayed in this zone. It's not do it. There you go, 403. Okay, look, we had 1,271 right there. Now 536, 344. You see that? They tried to sell into that, and they're absorbing it. They're not allowing it to go lower. Look at Bitcoin. It's marking up. So this would be logical that the buyer here is getting ready to move up. That's what we would see on this. He could actually just collapse price. Wrong trade. Based on what we're seeing on the bid right here, someone's stepping in and they try to sell aggressively into it. Someone's absorbing. So this is going to lead to a reaction. We're going to wait and see if they can actually bring price back up again. because that's the tell. That's the tell you get on the order flow. Why is it not going low? You ever witness a candlestick like this? Why does it hold? Because someone's stepping in at that point, okay? We're looking to see if that's going to be the range that they hold to mark up. We add everything together and say, look, the point of control is right there. And we've got now 1,068 on the buy side, 996 on the sell side. Now they're going down again into that zone. Here we go, 256. They're hitting it, but they're absorbing it. They look, 450 on the buys right there. It's like they're not allowing it. It's only going to lead to one thing. And we seem to be saying the same thing. But we keep on seeing the same thing until we see something else. You have to react. Look at this. Bitcoin bringing the flavor. Moving up. Happy days. Bitcoin's moving up. Yep, because the limit sales are coming in. We said that a second ago. Limit sales are coming in. They're in the flavor to start selling now. Okay? So we should now see the S&P moving up by principle. Here we go. That buyer should control the market at this point right now. And the ask should be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not fighting with this guy. Bitcoin's moving up nicely. Okay, keep on going, Bitcoin. That's very nice, very nice. Let me just move this here. Let me put Bitcoin up for you all, just to pay attention to that bad boy. Nice little green vector candle to the upside. Happy days. Come on, man. My head is fried right now. Come on. There we go. So there's Bitcoin right there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I really can't be taken seriously with these glasses, but they're helping me so I can actually do this with you guys and look at the charts. Here we go. So, look, this is what's important about this, right? If this move plays out, okay, and we get at least a couple of, a few ticks, I'm only looking for about 4 or 5 ticks profit. Now, I would normally, this was just to showcase to you all, okay, but I'd be putting about anything between 5 and 10 contracts on a play like this, all right, and I would be taking a bit of a drawdown on the move down, but I'd be waiting to see if they can actually hold this range before I commit the liquidity. I'd go in at market, okay, but I'll be building my positions to effectively see a run-up on the S&P in this area. But look, 2 contracts, you can make a living off 2 contracts, ladies and gentlemen. All you need is what? You open 10 trades and earn yourself 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 ticks. You can't achieve 5 ticks, then trading is not for you, especially if you are trading the S&P, because it moves up 20, 30, 40, even 50, even 100 ticks in a session sometimes, okay? So look now, we're back down to this area right here, okay? And it's the point of control. Again, look what I'm doing. I'm still playing with this idea of this range, and they're just going to keep on buying up until it's time to lift it up again. And that's exactly what will happen. If I just pull up the S&P right now for a second. Hold on. Wait there. Let's have a look at where the S&P is. All right. So this is on the 1-hour time frame. All right. Here we go. That's the S&P right there. So they've just tried to do a stop run, and now they've made the move. Oh, now they're spiking up, spiking lower. Look at that. Look at price. The S&P's just spiked down lower. Okay. It's 3 p.m. Look what's going on. It's getting busy. Look what's happening. They're getting busy right now. They just swept that liquidity and made the reversal back up. Now I'm going to look to get rid of this position very shortly. S&P better start moving up. They just swept the liquidity. 4,531 has had the point of control change, so he stepped in. There's 500, 600 on the bids right there, so they're going to probably want to clear those bids, but something's brewing here, and we're still inside that zone. Just as I changed the chart over, they swept the liquidity. I'm going to wait and see if I can get some profit out of this move because it's taking way too long. Make the move up, S&P. Come on. Make the move up. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's pulling back now. So S&P should be coming up. Here we go. Come on. Sell side, get in. You were there in the bids a minute ago. Where's your flavor? Come on. 69 right there, 22, 133. So I want to see that get lifted. Come on. Make the flush. Take a bit of profit. I'll take $100 profit. I'm cool with that. Just flush up. Off you go. It would have to go a bit faster for me. Come on. Yeah, it's going to move up a little bit more. Excuse me. They could actually drop down quite aggressively here, but they're going into a low profile of volume, so I've got to be careful. So they seem to be stalling, waiting for that 46.50. That's what I want, 46.50, to say that I'm going to close the trade. And if there is momentum at that point, then happy days. I'd expect them to start marking up because they just did a stop run lower, reversal back up. And now we're going to wait and see if that's the case. Here we go. Come on. Make the move, man. Make the move. There's nothing on the offer right now. They need to keep marking up to encourage the offer to step in. Here we go. $25 profit. That's cool. Quick scalp. Come on. Make the move. Break higher. Flush out. Go for it. See you later. Come on. Go. Come on, let's get $400. Come on. Go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Step in. Miss the bids at the flipping 47, 46, 47. All of a sudden, you're there. Now you're not. Come on. 134 on the bid side right there. Taking too long, man. I just do not like this. And I know what will happen. I'll close the trade and then it will just shoot up. But I'm just not in the mood to actually manage this trade at all. Because then I'll start getting committed and then I'll start loading up and playing the game. But we're going into news very shortly and I don't want to be doing that. Come on, just one more push to the upside. Blue vector candle wick right there. So see the recovery of that. At least come back into this block area up here, the top side of that. So we're just going to wait and see if they can just mark up a little bit higher because there's very little on the ask. The bids are coming in. Keep going. 44. I need to see them overpower on the buy side right here. Start offering up again. 15. There we go. We're going into low volume profile nodes right here. So that's interesting. So we can expect a little bit of behavior coming into play. I think I'm just going to take a bit of a profit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to quickly put it up there. $75. I just want it to... What I want to establish with you guys is 56 has just come in. Okay. Let's move up a little bit more. There we go. Come on. Make the play. Make the play. Make the play. Make the play. S&P does this all the bloody time. Every bloody time. Come on. Just do it. I hate it when it snaps up and down. Just find your direction, bro. 117, they tried to sell right there. It's not looking good. Make the move up. 101, 123, 187 on right there on the bids right there. So they want to hold price at this point. At least 2 more ticks moved up. Come on. Give me 75. Give me 75. You know what? You're taking too long. Come on. There you go. Get 75. 2 contracts. Hit it. Look at... Oh, take it. Don't care. Sorry. Sorry. No thanks. But do you understand why? And look, it's going to go because that's what happens. I would get in again. You see what I mean? But I don't want to play that. When you have that, you've got that idea in your head, okay? That, for me, I closed it because I'm conscious of time, all right? But when you see it continue, tells you that your read was good. So I know I can do that again. I wait for this position, wait to find. If you watch this video back and you focus on what was going on at the lows of this area right here, ladies and gentlemen, where you could see that that mother trucker was holding out that point on the 127 down there. He was holding it. They were selling into him and he was absorbing it, not allowing price to go down. They did the trick sweep, made people believe it was going lower, and they've just made the reversal back up. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune into tonight's live stream. Mad love and respect, and I'll be checking in with you all. Look at that beautiful play to the upside. Could have made that $300, but I can't be bothered. I'm not interested. I ain't got the tolerance to sit through that now. Take care of yourselves, gang. 6 p.m. Mad love and respect. Peace.